The Last Engineer, Episode 3, Meetings. There are moments in a long life when you realize you were never as alone as you thought. Not because someone found you, but because someone has been watching. Erick's office. Barnhill sits across from Erick's desk. The room is quiet, ordered, controlled. Erick studies him for a moment, then sits. Silence. Barnhill opens calmly. I work for the government, but I am a watcher first. For centuries, Rom believed the only eyes upon him belonged to his own kind. He was wrong. The dark were not the only ones who learned to observe from the shadows. Humans learned too. Slowly, quietly, patiently. Erick questions. Watcher? Barnhill. Mostly human. Entirely terrestrial. We've been here almost as long as you have. Erick says nothing. Barnhill measures him. Barnhill continues. We lost Rom in the 1600s. Disappeared from us completely. No trace, no violence pattern, no financial footprint. He was eventually marked presumed suicide in our records. Still flagged, never confirmed. Erick listens. Calm. Even breathing. Barnhill continues as he sees Erick isn't going to answer. A century later, an incident in Italy caught our attention. A village, dawn destroyed. Witnesses uncooperative. A child said only, "The wolf came." History does not remember monsters accurately. It remembers fear. It remembers fire. And sometimes, a child telling the truth no one else will speak. Barnhill watches Erick's face for any sign. Nothing. We assumed it was Rom. But again, no resurfacing. He disappeared. Barnhill shifts. The tone becomes civic, clinical. Barnhill says questioningly, around that same period, a family arrived in Boston. Erick remains still. Barnhill continues. Shipping, trade, private holdings, generational succession, sons, nephews, seamless transitions, taxes filed, audits passed, substantial charitable contributions, properties turned over for shelters. He lets that contrast sit, an exemplary American legacy. Barnhill looks Erick in the eyes. There are very few photographs after the Civil War. He watches Erick closely. From the Civil War forward, they all look like you. A long pause. Then, for the first time, Erick smiles. Small, controlled. He tilts his head slightly. Erick sounds slightly amused. That sounds like two different men. Silence. Barnhill recalculates. He questions again. Are they? Another pause. Erick's smile lingers. Perhaps. The word hangs. Barnhill stands. Professional again, nodding. Thank you for your time, Mr. Scott. We will speak again. Erick answers softly. I'm sure we will. Barnhill exits. The door closes. Erick remains seated a moment, expression returning to neutral. Two hunters had just measured each other. Neither drew blood. Both left knowing the other was real. And that changes things. Barnhill steps out onto the sidewalk. A street musician sits near the entrance, playing casually. Guitar case open. Barnhill passes without acknowledgement. The musician's eyes lift. He watches Barnhill move away down the street. Measured. Assessing. Barnhill disappears into the crowd. The musician keeps playing. Hotel room. Barnhill enters, locks the door, sets his briefcase down, opens an encrypted laptop. A secure login, a site header, watchers. He creates a file, Erick Scott. Rom, he pauses. An alert flashes. Field report priority. Barnhill opens it. He reads, once, without blinking, then again, slower. Diana's nest destroyed. Diana abducted. Evidence of extended interrogation. Erick Scott located and retrieved her. Time from abduction to recovery. Under 6 hours. Extraction site compromised. Boyce fled scene. Pursuit terminated due to tactical vulnerability risk. Barnhill leans back. For the first time, his breathing changes. The office conversation plays behind his eyes. Even pulse, even breath, no emotion. He closes the report. Fear settles in, not of violence, of uncertainty. He stares at the file name. Erick Scott. He sees a status report message and opens it. Consuela Alvarez takes flight to SeaTac from LAX early morning, purpose unknown. Unable to have assets to connect at airport. Working to find her in Seattle at this time. Knowledge is power, but incomplete knowledge is something else. It is danger without shape. A second presence. Voluntary movement. That was not a statistic. That was a shift. Erick's office, late morning. Erick stands near the window, thoughtful. A knock. Lily enters with a tablet. Efficient. Grounding. Lily tells him, "You have lunch." Erick looks at her. With? Museum curator. 4th time rescheduled. Erick looks back toward the window. Persistent. Lily says, important. A look passes between them. Routine life, insisting on itself. Erick nods. Very well. 4th Avenue building. Erick exits the building. The same street musician is still there. Same spot, same rhythm. Still playing. Erick drops cash into the guitar case, without slowing. The musician's eyes lift. He watches Erick walk up the street. Longer than he watched Barnhill. Erick disappears into the city. The musician keeps playing, but he is thinking. Restaurant. The dark do not rely on sight to know their own. Distance hums. Proximity warns. In battle, it means survival. In a restaurant, it means something far more complicated. Midday crowd. Low conversation. Glass clinks. Erick enters. 2 steps in, a buzz starts in his head. Low at first. Then, more annoying as he moves deeper into the room. Across the restaurant, Connie feels it too. She straightens slightly at her table, breath controlled. The buzz builds for both of them as distance closes. Then, their eyes meet. The buzz stops. Instant. Identified. Dark. Neither shifts into aggression. No visible threat posture. No rise of hair at the back of the neck. Recognition does not always bring violence. Sometimes it brings a question. Who are you? And why are you here? Connie stands. Professional. Alert. Connie says politely, "Mr. Scott." Erick said, "Miss?" "Consuela Alvarez." "But please, Connie." He studies her. Her age hits him first. Too young. A realization flickers behind his eyes. Born here. Erick did not know Full Dark had been born on Earth. That meant the evolution had gone further than he imagined. It meant this world had already changed them, whether they admitted it or not. They sit. Now the scent reaches him clearly. Familiar. Not her identity, her bloodline. Erick's gaze sharpens. A subtle tightening at the base of his neck. Not aggression, recognition. Connie sees it. Her composure cracks half a degree, not fear, urgency. She leans forward, voice low. Connie softly said, "Please, I'm not my father." Erick doesn't move. He doesn't ask who. He already knows what she means. Blood carries memory. Scent carries lineage. And in that moment, he knew whose daughter sat across from him. Again, it brings a question. And why are you here? The Last Engineer. Episode 3. Meetings. This is Rusty, and this has been Rusty's Mind. Join us for Episode 4. If you liked this, please share it with others you think will too. Thank you. Good night.